The good one or the bad one? The good one is fwa fwa.
The bad one?
Fwa fwa. I'm Hannah Kaiser, and this is a best of the bandwagon. Last week, I told you I wouldn't be here, that I would be on the road for the playoffs, and that's not true. I was just in D.C. That was super fun. Going to Houston from here, I think. That should be warm. I enjoy that. We do not have time to do a full episode today, so instead, these guys, those guys, the editors, put together a compilation for you of the fan, not a fans that I'm the most fan of. Hope you enjoy. I'm gonna hit the road. Is that too little? We need more.
Eye black.
Here's my take on eye black. I think it is perfectly fine as long as you accept that it is no longer serving a function and is in fact just man makeup.
Chest hair.
Roll the picture of Derek Dietrich again. This photo is almost perfect. However, not enough chest hair. Huge fan of chest hair. Don't manscape. Show us your chest!
Managers wearing uniforms.
I think, in fact, all sports, the coaches should wear the uniforms.
Agreed.
Right?
Might be weird in basketball.
Fan. It is much weirder that the guys who are actually the athletes in baseball wear belts than it is that the managers wear baseball uniforms. I never wear a belt when I do an athletic activity.
Baseball shorts.
Now that Hunter Pence is on the Rangers, they are stealing his thing, which is the tall socks, and taking it to the extreme. Basically, Brugnet Odor is ruining a very cool thing that Hunter Pence did by pulling his socks so far up that it looks like he's wearing, like, baseball pantaloons. Not a fan. I'm a fan of this when Hunter Pence does it. Hunter Pence looks good doing this, Brugnet Odor looks bad doing this. Women have been dealing with this for centuries. You can't wear everything. Doesn't all look good on your body type. Doesn't look good on his body type. Also a circulation problem. Not a fan.
Thin mints.
Not a fan of Thin Mints. Mint and chocolate do not go together. Would you eat a brownie after brushing your teeth? I don't think so.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Do you know what's so good? Is the pumpkin bread that they sell at Starbucks. That is delicious, so fan.
Ballpark mayonnaise.
Some guy in a minor league baseball stadium was eating mayonnaise out of the jar with a big ass spoon. He's just trolling us, right? Not a fan of eating mayonnaise straight, but fan of mayonnaise.
Hot dogs.
I'm not a fan of hot dogs because they are too smooth. I don't mind a sausage because we got some texture. You know what? I wish I hadn't said that either.
Gas station sex pills.
Not personally a fan.
All right.
So MLB had to put out a statement saying, please be aware, taking gas station dick pills for your dick problems, they may also be making you better at baseball, and we are going to need you to stop doing it for that reason. Not a fan, no, don't do that. That sounds bad. Go to see your doctor.
Fans keeping historic homer balls.
Okay, so for his 2000th RBI, Albert Pujols hit a home run, and the fan who caught the home run didn't give it back to him. I'm a fan of this. If you go to the game, you catch a ball, that's your ball, man. It's probably like the coolest thing he'll ever own.
That's kind of sad. Jumbotron proposals.
Jumbotron proposals are fine.
Wow.
Anyone who is proposing to anybody else knows enough about that person to understand whether or not they would appreciate a jumbotron proposal. I trust that the person proposing to the proposee knows more about the proposee than I do. Ready for fan of the week? It's this kid. He dab, and then the camera is still on him, and he doesn't even like register that it's like, oh shit. He's like, it's all right, I got more in my Rolodex. He just goes right back to it and he breaks out another dance move, which I can't even do. All 4,000 UK fans who were in Baltimore for some reason this week and decided to go to an Orioles game, catching a pop fly, they just went f***ing nuts, and this is amazing. Huge fan of these guys. They're my fans of the week.
Seinfeld.
Never seen it.
The Hills' New Beginnings.
I didn't even watch The Hills the first time around. Should I watch The Hills?
No. Friends.
Here's the thing with Friends. Monica should end up with Richard. And no one should have ended up with Ross. I'm a fan of Friends. I watch it when it's on. I am not a fan of Game of Thrones. I'm not a fan of people who are a fan of Game of Thrones. I just think that TV shows that need to set the entire world's fate as their stakes are actually poor narrative devices.
Black Mirror.
I've never seen it. There's 15 baseball games every night. I gotta do this.
Twitter.
Hate it. Scourge on society.
In-sync gifts.
They are the highest form of entertainment the human race has or will ever achieve. This is how I am about the synchronized NBA videos. I'm a huge fan of these. Please send them to me.
Grumpy cat. He's dead.
I think it's a she, actually.
It's dead.
She's dead. I met Grumpy Cat. The reason Grumpy Cat looks like that is because of some sort of like, I don't know, birth defect that probably is related to the fact that I think she died at 9 years old. Here's the thing about cats. They hate being taken into new environments, which is like a terrible evolutionary tactic where they just like can't hang. It seems like it probably put a lot of stress on Grumpy Cat, carried into young people media offices. I'm not a fan of Grumpy Cat because in a just world, we wouldn't know that Grumpy Cat looked like that because her owner would have just let her live a peaceful life at home.
A-Rod and J-Lo on Instagram.
Did you see that A-Rod commented on J-Lo's pictures of Mark Anthony for Father's Day? J-Lo posted a picture of Mark Anthony with the children that they share and was like, whatever, happy Father's Day. And then like extremely secure himself, A-Rod commented and was like, indeed, happy Father's Day, Mark. I'm a huge fan of their Instagram presence. I don't know, man. I believe in these rich freaks. They're gonna make it.
Go get the ball out of the ocean.
Okay, so Max Muncy hit a home run off Madison Bumgarner, and Madison Bumgarner said to him, run! And Max Muncy took 2 bases to think of a good retort, and then he said, get the ball out of the ocean! And then he was so proud of himself for that joke that he repeated it.
I just responded back, if you don't want me to watch the ball, you can go get it out of the ocean.
This joke is not that funny, and Max Muncy should think of a better comeback line. I'm a fan of this whole thing, but Max Muncy should get joke writers.
Manager ejections.
I love manager ejections. Gabe Kapler had his first ejection as a Phillies manager. Yeah, fan. I like managers' ejections. They underscore how unimportant managers are. You can just leave, and the game continues as if nothing happened.
Pitchers refusing to come out of games.
Max Scherzer refused to come out of a game this week, and he went, I'm a huge fan of this. This is great. This is cool. Not everyone can get away with it. Also, he struck out the next guy in 3 pitches looking.
Adrian Beltre's head thing.
Adrian Beltre doesn't like when people touch his head, and they touch his head because of that.
Good recap.
He would be like, guys, I know you think this is funny, but it's just really important to me that I have agency over my own body. Still a fan of it, sorry. It's really funny, I'm sorry.
Joe West.
Let me set the scene. Rajai Davis comes around the base. He slides into home plate. The slide barely grazes Joe West, causes Joe West to lose his balance entirely, and he falls forward and lands on Rajai Davis. Joe West is unable to remove himself from Rajai Davis's back. And so Hector Neris comes over and like hoists Joe West up off of him, and then Joe West is like, out. They zoom in on Rajai Davis's face, and he's like, oh! I fully thought he was having a heart attack, and I think probably some other people did, where they were like, oh, we gotta get him up. He looks hurt. And, out. And they're like, oh, never mind, he's just being Joe West. I was a huge fan of that entire thing, and that has led me to believe that I'm no longer a fan of Joe West. I think he should retire.
Announcers that say goal.
Fan.